My name is Sisha. Most people misunderstood me, but they don't know the truth. To them, I was a troubled girl. Someone who didn't follow the rules, rebelled against her family, and caused trouble. But the truth was completely different. I just wanted to be free. I just wanted to be myself. At 16, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but my real illness was being born into a family that didn't understand me. My mother and father wanted to control everything. What I wore, who I talked to, what time I came home, who was on my phone. Constant pressure, constant restrictions. You're not wearing that dress. How can you wear something that tight? Who just texted you? Was it a boy? Why don't you come home immediately after school? What are you doing outside? I heard these every single day. Even going out with my friends for one evening meant hours of interrogation. My father looked at me with distrust, even when my own brothers were around. My mother constantly tightened her grip, saying, "We're protecting you. You just don't realize it." My 3 friends and I couldn't take it anymore. We made a plan. There was a way to escape from our families. Lying. I said, "My uncle abused me." My friends made up similar lies. We were all placed in a shelter. At first, it seemed like a brilliant idea. Freedom, our own rooms, the right to go out whenever we wanted. But soon enough, we realized we had made a terrible mistake. The shelter wasn't what we had imagined. The rooms were cold, the food was awful, and worst of all, there were still constant restrictions. You cannot go out after 9 p.m. Your personal belongings are subject to inspection. Your phone calls will be monitored. In less than a month, we realized our freedom had turned into a prison. So I went back, home, to my mother and father. But things weren't the same anymore. When I returned, my father didn't speak to me. My mother's eyes were full of silent judgment. In their eyes, I had lost their trust. Why did you put us through this? We were only trying to protect you, and you betrayed us. Even my siblings treated me differently. I no longer felt at home. When I got accepted into university, I knew I had to leave for good. I was done with this. University was supposed to be my fresh start. I was studying, working, and learning to be independent. And then, I met him. I was sitting in a cafe when he walked up to me. Tall, confident, with eyes that seemed to hold secrets. His name was Emir. He was going through a difficult time, with 2 kids and a complicated past. It was easy to trust him. After years of control, being with someone who saw me as special felt intoxicating. But there were warning signs. Why did you take so long to reply to my message? I don't want you wearing that dress when you're with me. Why didn't you tell me where you were today? At first, it felt like affection, but slowly I realized it was something else, something more controlling. One night, I was cooking. I made a small mistake, burning the food slightly. Emir's reaction was immediate. "Can't you do anything right?" His tone was sharp. He didn't raise his voice, but something in his eyes sent a chill down my spine. He apologized days later, but that night, something had shifted. Over time, our arguments escalated. The words got harsher. Then came the slamming doors, the raised voices. That night, everything changed. "You can't leave me! I gave you everything. How could you do this? If you walk out that door, you'll regret it." I felt trapped. The window was open, a cool breeze filling the room. I needed to get out. I moved toward the window, trying to climb out, but he held my arm. I struggled to free myself, my heart racing. As I pulled away, I lost my balance, and I fell. When I woke up in the hospital, everything felt surreal. The official records labeled it as an accident, but I knew the truth. I just wanted to escape. Now, my life is different. I have challenges to overcome, but I'm learning what real strength means. My mother helps me through my recovery, and I'm finding new ways to heal. Emir, he's out there, continuing his life as if nothing happened. Sometimes, what we believe is freedom turns out to be a different kind of confinement. I walked through so many doors, believing I was finding my way, only to realize I had entered another cage. Real freedom isn't about running away. It's about knowing yourself and setting the right boundaries. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, please remember, it's not about escaping. It's about protecting yourself.